Right now at noon, a camera captures a man setting a fire in Joplin.
A portion of us are warm and even seeing some sunshine, but we've got some persistent showers out west that just don't want to let go. We'll talk about the rest of our Memorial Day forecast coming up.
So a crash claims the life of 3 people in Labette County.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin police says security video shows someone setting fire to a home in the Byers and Murphy neighborhood on Friday. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Amber Jenkins. Fire crews were dispatched just before 3 a.m. to 1101 South Jackson in Joplin. They found the single-story house fully engulfed in flames. It was brought under control by 310. No one was found inside, but firefighters did rescue a kitten. Investigators found the fire to be suspicious, and now they have video that apparently shows a man lighting the fire. Now it's Chris with the forecast.
Yeah, we've had a pretty decent Memorial Day across most of the area, but some of us have been dealing with some persistent rain showers. Granted, we do need that rain, especially where it's falling in southeast Kansas. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line, looking to the south. It is sunny. It is looking pretty nice. And same from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh. You can see those shadows. Got a sunny day, a few clouds out there. However, as we take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, this is that same activity from early this morning. Hasn't moved much. In fact, it began dying just like it was supposed to, but we're starting to see some redevelopment now on the backside of it, just on the western edge of Elk County. So this activity, as you see, very slowly moved, and the leading edge of it began to die just to the southwest of Chanute. And we started to see a little redevelopment out here, and we're starting to see some development take place down across northeastern Oklahoma. And so a few more scattered showers and storms are on the horizon for us later today. Yesterday started at 51, so not where we should be. Made it up to 84, so a little bit warmer than where we should be, and otherwise not bad. Not bad temperatures at all, and we're not doing too bad now. Now out west where it's been raining, 74 Sedan, Independence, 77 the Neodesha Yates Center. As you head further west, out of the rain clouds, out of the rain showers, we got 81 in Fort Scott, 79 in Nevada, Lamar, 79 Pittsburgh, 82 in Joplin, and 81 in Miami. What we're keeping an eye on is we've got the warm weather, a few isolated storms out there. Storm chances do continue through the week, and then the temperatures will also remain warm. We'll take a look at the rest of today and the week ahead here in just a few more minutes. Amber?
Thanks, Chris. Police in Parsons, Kansas has arrested a man who they suspect is a suspect in a shooting. That man is 58-year-old Terry Kenton. He's charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and other charges. Authorities say the shooting happened near 17th and Durr Avenue. 3 people were killed in a Labette County, Kansas crash late Friday night. Authorities say a vehicle was traveling east on Highway 166 near Coffeyville when it hit a steer in the roadway, causing it to go into the westbound lane where it was struck by a semi. 3 people in the vehicle were killed: the driver, 81-year-old Jimmy Bond, 79-year-old Barbara Bond, and their grandson, 21-year-old Colton Bond, all of Edna, Kansas. The driver of the semi was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The kicker. The motor is cold to the touch. At almost 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, reports of an overturned vehicle near the split for Webb City, Carterville on 249 was called into Jasper County 911. Carterville Fire and Met's ambulance responded alongside the Carterville police as well. The crash occurred about 5.3 mile marker and the SUV overturned before it left the highway. Nobody was in or around the crash, and the motor was cold, which indicates to authorities that the crash happened several hours earlier. Along the trail that the SUV left were a variety of tools and work-related items. Authorities in Bourbon County, Kansas, share a release involving a DUI crash from the Memorial weekend. Images from authorities in Bourbon County show a white Jeep SUV that had crashed into a guardrail, which then ran itself through the entire vehicle and came out the back window. The location of the crash in the county is unknown, but the driver walked away without a scratch on them. This is a reminder to not drink and drive. The number of people in the town of Grower, Missouri could increase tenfold over Memorial weekend. Catholic pilgrims are flocking there to see and touch the body of Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster 4 years after her death. They believe it's an incorporeal corpse, as the body has no signs of decay. One nun says she was not embalmed and was buried in a simple wooden coffin. Bill Hermelbank has more on the miracle in Missouri.
We're told to expect somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10,000, maybe 15,000 people per day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Catholics are flocking in droves to Gower, Missouri, and officials are expecting a spike this Memorial Day weekend. They're traveling to see the body of Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster. She founded the Benedictine Sisters of Mary and died in 2019. 4 years after her death, the sisters dug up her remains to place them under an altar in the chapel. But instead of finding bones, they found her body still fully intact.
Great things are happening in our own time. You know, I think a lot of times we can look back at the past and think these sorts of things don't happen today.
Thursday night, Clinton County Sheriff Larry Fish went on Facebook Live saying these pilgrims will put a stress on rural county roads that are not designed for it. He's asked the county to lower the speed limit on the gravel roads leading to the monastery and hopes to keep the amount of dust kicked up from the drivers very low.
We are going to put a very large pressure on our infrastructure that's not designed for it, and we're going to do the best we can to make it work. We always do.
The sheriff will have his first responders on high alert all weekend for the pilgrims excited to witness history.
The fact that we could actually touch her, to place our rosaries and our holy cards and our pictures of our families, next to her body, she hears us.
The sheriff is expecting visitors from Canada to Mexico. The body will be on display until Monday, and then the remains will be moved to the shrine. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in your first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, Bethel Baptist Church hosted a 21-gun salute in Joplin. And later, we're making the best ever picnic butter in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Millions of Americans are traveling this holiday weekend. The TSA screened nearly 5 million flyers on Friday and Saturday nationwide. For airlines, summer travel comes down to a game of beat the clock played over and over. And as Chris Van Cleve shows us that the clock starts ticking as soon as the plane pulls up to the gate.
On the ramp at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, time is working against Anthony Ficara and his team.
You think you and your team's ready?
Oh yeah, we're ready.
In the next hour, they need to unload all the bags from American Flight 474 from Philly, then load up this fully booked Airbus A321 so Flight 1318 to Palm Springs can get people on their way to their long weekend on time.
We prepared the best we could, especially in the summertime. We know we're going to be rushing around.
Loading bags by the dozens while the plane is prepped and fueled to fly.
40 to 50 people work on turning each of these planes around, and it's something that American Airlines does more than 200 times a day here at Phoenix Sky Harbor alone.
High above Sky Harbor, ground controllers are scanning the tarmac, making sure all those planes end up at the right place at the right time.
Once it lands, we'll bring it to the gate, make sure that it's clean, catered, swept, whatever we need to do to get it out on time again.
American Airlines expects to fly 52 million people this summer on nearly 470,000 flights, almost 3 million of those flyers over Memorial Day weekend. Since 2021, the airline has added 17,600 employees. Staffing issues at U.S. Airlines last summer led to a spike in delays and cancellations. American Senior Vice President Brady Burns.
So we took a lot of effort and investment in making sure that we've got the right people at the right place with the right tools, and we feel really, really good.
Back at gate A23, the door is closed. Flight 1318 is on its way to Palm Springs before that countdown clock could strike zero. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
The Bethel Baptist Church, located at the intersection of 12th and Wagoner in Joplin, paid tribute to fallen heroes with a solemn 21-gun salute and ceremony on Sunday. KOAM's Sagoon Bomadelli has more.
Congregants and community members gathered outside the church before the start of the weekly service to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their country.
That his congregation totally understood what the flag and what Memorial Day means. And we, the honor guard, the ceremony you saw today is something we do at veterans' graves all over this area.
The sound of rifle shots pierced the air as a team of veterans from the local American Legion post executed the salute.
Anybody that takes the oath and joins the service, whether they actually see combat or not, has put their life on the line or been willing to put their life on the line for their country and the freedom of our country. And I think it's only fitting and proper that we pay them the honor and the respect that they deserve from doing it.
A veteran who was amongst the congregation says he is proud to have witnessed the service.
Very proud, honored that I had the opportunity to serve.
Harrington tells me the meaning behind the bells they play.
Ringing the bell is strictly, we're one of the few units that do that. It's actually a Navy bell. And as you heard John mentioning earlier, when the sailors were buried at sea, they had no way to perform other honors other than to ring the bells.
In Joplin, Shagmamdele, KOAM News.
Over 50 people attended the event. Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Hosting a picnic or barbecue? Today we're sharing a way to butter up your guests that'll have them talking for days. Stick around.
But first, we've got some scattered storm chances across the area. Some of us seeing showers right now. We'll talk about that forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So we've had, for most of us, a relatively dry and warm day for our Memorial Day across the area. But those of us in the far western counties in southeast Kansas have been dealing with showers and even some thunderstorms. And we're beginning to see that activity start to pick back up again. Here's a live look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. You can see just outside of Elk County, it's starting to pick up some lightning strikes with this activity right here, and you can see this line developing back through parts of northeastern Oklahoma, and this is all from that batch of rain early this morning. Now the leading part of it has kind of died out, but it immediately started to re-trigger some development back behind it. So here's a look at it. We're going back 6 hours, and there goes the leading edge kind of dying out, and then we start to see this additional development taking place. So I mentioned this morning, some of the computer models have not had a good idea as to what was going to happen with this. Some of them even now suggesting it's all still going to die, and that doesn't seem to be the case. But we are getting some much needed rain in parts of southeast Kansas, and we're expected to see some more development in terms of showers and thunderstorms. We go to 4 o'clock today. This is basing off of the activity that's developing now through parts of Oklahoma and redeveloping in southeast Kansas. We should see a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head later into the afternoon. By 4, there's those scattered storms. Here we are at 6. Again, they are scattered. They're not everywhere, but there are quite a few of them across the region. And they continue even through about 8 o'clock. Still have a few in parts of southeast Kansas, and got a little storm down in Benton County, a few showers up by Nevada. Now, as we go overnight, they stop, but then we head toward tomorrow morning, and on the Missouri side, we start to see some additional shower and thunderstorm development. So here we are at 6 a.m. tomorrow. We start to see this activity, and by 9 a.m., starting to build back into southeast Kansas. And as we go through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon, more of this activity this time focused on the Missouri side, but more scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. We go later into the day, we start to see a few stray storms out there, say maybe just south of Parsons. That pauses, and then later Tuesday night, we start to see some additional development try and take place. So you could see an outflow boundary from some thunderstorms expected way out in northwestern Kansas. So that could trigger a few more scattered storms. We go to Wednesday early morning, a few more scattered showers out there. By 6 o'clock Wednesday morning, it's almost a repeat of Tuesday morning. Additional scattered shower and thunderstorm development across the area, but as we go through Wednesday morning, there's a few more of them across the region, and even by the afternoon, still some other thunderstorms. Now the good news is up to this point, we're still not anticipating any strong or severe thunderstorms. We're just looking at getting some much needed rainfall as we head through the next few days. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line, looking to the south. Got a cloud right over where the camera is, so it's a little darker, but you can see it's otherwise fairly bright. KDOT camera, 69 and 400. You can see the shadows. We got sunny skies there. And as we take a look at our current conditions, here's our camera at 7th and Range Line. Few clouds out there, 82 in Joplin, so warming up right as on track. South breeze at 3. Heading up to Pittsburgh, sitting at 80, sunny skies, southeast breeze at 5. Temperatures around the region not looking too bad either, as we've got 79 Nevada, Pittsburgh, Chanute, 78 in Parsons, 81 Miami and Neosho. And as we go through the rest of the afternoon, we're We're looking at highs still pushing low to mid 80s. Got those scattered storms out there. Heading into this evening, not too bad either. Dropping back into the lower 60s, and we'll start to clear out. As we head into tomorrow, we're going to hold on to these 80s for temperatures all the way through the weekend, low to mid 80s, and we'll see some additional thunderstorm chances again tomorrow, Wednesday, and into Thursday. We'll see mostly sunny skies Friday, and then maybe the possibility of a few additional showers by this weekend.
Well, stick around. We're making best ever picnic butter in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen after the break. Planning on having a picnic today? Today, Howard shows us how to make the best ever picnic butter in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
It's Memorial Day, a day when many of us get together with friends and family. I know from chatting with you online that lots of you are either hosting a barbecue or you've been invited to a friend's or neighbor's house for a cookout. And whether you're looking for something to bring that's a bit different or you just want to add a creative touch to what you'll be serving, I'd like to suggest our best ever picnic butter. Here I'm sauteing some finely chopped onion and garlic in a bit of butter. Once it's tender and it cools for a bit, we add it to a couple of sticks of softened butter, some chopped parsley, paprika, and a bit of salt. Since the butter is soft, we can easily mix this up with a spoon. Now we'll put it in a couple of jars and pop it in the fridge. Once it firms up, we can smear it on our rolls and buns before they hit the grill, or just put a jar of it on the table and let everyone go to town. It takes plain corn on the cob and makes it taste really special. Use a dollop of it on a steak to make it extra mouth-watering. To get the recipe for what we call our best ever picnic butter, along with a bunch of other homemade butter recipes, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a better buttery way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, got those scattered showers and thunderstorms in the western parts of our area. They'll overspread and be scattered through the area through this evening. And that'll be our trend all the way through Thursday. Despite the rain, though, temperatures low to mid 80s, mostly sunny Friday, and some additional showers possible Saturday and Sunday.
And coming up tonight at 5, today the nation pauses to remember the brave Americans who gave up their lives defending our freedom. Across the country, there are solemn ceremonies to honor those ultimate sacrifices, from the tomb of the unknown soldier to hometown parades. Plus, many are taking part in the Murph Challenge, a physical endurance challenge to honor those who have lost their lives while raising money for scholarships. And Pittsburgh State University holds a virtual event to honor veterans and their families. Join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. And thank you for joining us today at KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.